Welcome to DIYEasyCrafts.com. How to glass etching using the Silhouette Cameo vinyl cutting machine. Now, what makes the Cameo such a great product and such a great machine, especially for projects like this, is the detail in which it can cut out vinyl. We're going to use that instead of having to hand cut these vinyl templates. So unlike previous videos that I've done, glass etching videos that I've done where I've hand cut out the vinyl, this time we're basically just going to use the Silhouette Cameo vinyl cutting machine as a tool to get a more detailed glass etching and a better finished product. We're also going to use a liquid or a cream etching compound, which is just left in place, and that will basically etch anything that's not covered by the vinyl. So we're going to start with the program that comes with the Cameo Silhouette, and then we're also just going to do a Google search. Now you could Google search for any type of free clip art, free vector art. I'm going to do a little bit of a nautical scene, so I'm going to look for a seagull. And what you want to look for is a nice, clean, crisp image, single color, black preferably. And I'm just going to save as into a particular file on my computer. You can save it anywhere you want as long as you can find it. Then I'm going to go, I've got the Cameo Silhouette software open. I'm going to go search my computer for that particular file and for the particular seagull clip art, which I copied or saved as. And once I find that, I'm going to go back into the Silhouette software. I'm just going to move that tab up a little bit, and that bar right there is the library, the Silhouette library. You can just drop and paste that particular artwork or any clip art right into the Silhouette library, or you could save it into the library, however you want to get the file there. Then, in order to work on that, I'm just going to basically double click on that clip art. That double clicking is going to drop that file directly onto a workboard in the Silhouette software. I don't want to have just a seagull. I want to add a little bit more detail, so I'm going to combine it with other clip art, in this case some palm trees. I double clicked on the palm tree. It dropped it right onto the same page. You can size these just by grabbing it and shrinking in the corner to get the desired size. I'm also going to drop or double click on another seagull, slightly different angle view of it. I'm going to drop it in and I can resize it. I'm going to make this one in the distance, so I'll make it a little bit smaller. I can reposition these as many times as I want. I can group them together. I can take a look at the final size and make sure that it's not too big or too small for the, in this case, a drinking glass that I'm going to put these on. You can see on the left-hand border and also on the bottom, it will give you the overall height and the overall width. Once I'm happy with the layout, and you could do this any way you want, doesn't have to be nautical, I'm going to go into the upper right-hand corner. There's a green box, and I'm going to basically outline the entire area, and then grabbing this bar, I'm going to move the bar to the right until that entire area is shaded in that bright yellow. Then I'm going to hit the trace button. I can then separate the items. I can move away my original items, and it leaves me with basically the outline or the lines that are going to be cut by the Silhouette machine that have been traced. I can leave this alone, or I can again resize it. In this case, what I'm going to do is make two, so I just basically copy and paste it, so I have two of these now. Using the select tool, I can grab one of them, or I can grab both of them. And then I want to create a box around each with that box tool, which is on the left-hand toolbar. Because I'm going to use an etching cream, I want to have a box around the vinyl. And you'll see this when I cut out the vinyl later on. I'm then going to move these into the upper left-hand corner of the screen, make sure that they're sized correctly, and then I go all the way over to the right to the tool, the cutting tool, and I'm going to pick the Silhouette vinyl. It's going to show me the knife. I've got it set on a 2. It's also going to show me the speed. If you want to, on the bottom left-hand corner, you can do a test cut to make sure that your vinyl is being cut correctly and at the correct depth. And when you're all set, you can hit the button on the far right to start the Cameo cutting. So once you click that button and the vinyl is loaded into the Cameo machine, that cutting tool is going to go back and forth and make all of those detailed cuts, basically for the tracing that you did on that clip art. This whole process takes a little while. It takes, this one probably took 10 minutes to cut out the 2 of these. When it's finished, the knife will kind of load to the left, and then you'll be able to hit the unload button, which will pop the vinyl out of the machine. And there you can see that all of those detailed cuts have been made. Next step is going to be to cut out each one of those silhouettes and then weed it. And by weeding, I mean we're going to use a razor knife and or a tweezer to lift off whatever vinyl we want to have etched in the glass. In this case, I'm going to peel away the entire palm trees as well as the seagulls. And you want to be a little bit careful here, especially with anything that has a decent amount of detail. You don't want to lift off or rip any of the vinyl. So, between the razor knife and the tweezers, it's not a hard job. It just, you have to be a little bit careful with it. And it does take a few minutes. I'm almost done with this one. Just get that final seagull. Alright, so here I've lifted or I've weeded away the vinyl from the palm trees as well as from the seagulls. I'm also going to peel away whatever vinyl is around that box that I drew around this nautical design. So I'm going to leave the box in place. And then the next step, in order to transfer this onto your glass, you could just peel the vinyl and stick it on the glass, but you get a little bit more control by using a clear transfer film. And this is also available at almost any art supply store. I got it from Michael's. It's also a product made by Silhouette. You push it on, make sure that you when you peel it off, you're basically peeling the vinyl off of its backing, and it's going to stay on that transfer film. And just like during the weeding process, you just want to be careful, make sure that you get it all. And now you can lay this right onto whatever glass you want etched. Now, Silhouette Cameo does make a stencil material, but I kind of like using the vinyl better. It seems to adhere better to the glass. You'll get less leakage underneath the vinyl than you do from the stencil material. In any of the case, once the vinyl is on the glass and it's nice and flattened out and there's no bubbles, no ridges, then you can get out. We're going to use an Armor etch paste. I used to get this from Michael's Art Supply. They didn't have it this time. I don't know if they stopped carrying it, and I just searched for it on Amazon. It was delivered in a couple of days. Using a small paintbrush, you just make sure that every single spot is covered, and then you just leave it for 10 to 15 minutes. After the 10 to 15 minutes, just rinse it off with plenty of fresh water. Get off all of that white hardened paste. And then it's just a matter of peeling off that vinyl. And once the vinyl is peeled off, the finished product is a beautifully etched glass. The etching cream does a great job, but this Cameo Silhouette machine really makes glass etching super easy to end up with a real quality product. You could put your initials on here. You could do it in any design that you'd like. Please check us out on the web at DIYEasyCrafts.com. Be sure to check out our other how-to videos. And if you like this video, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel.